All right, guys. Rapture head count.
Still here. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm still here. Thank God.
All right.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
that was today. I had a thing on my calendar, but I think
I slept through it.
Yeah, we're Shadow Link.
Shit.
Oh, shit.
oh
shit.
Really? Him?
Shadow Link got fucking raptured.
Heaven's gonna have so much to deal with now.
Oh man,
Buddy, go get him.
Mhm.
Gru heard rapture and he thought napture.
Yeah.
Heyo.
I mean, I
Hey-o.
listened to some Blondie today. Does that count? I mean,
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
I have no joke.
it's just the thing. The thing is what it is. It speaks for itself.
True that.
It has presented itself as the joke that it is.
It's
No, I thought it was funny because this whole like new cultural moment of expecting another rapture as if this hasn't happened many times in the past before. And like I said, I mean, I personally gamed all this stuff out after in high school watching films like Thief in the Night and stuff like that. You know, that's the most interesting time is after the rapture. The next couple months, the hell on earth that you have to survive through. That's the
Oh, you mean the hell on earth that's full of like open parking spaces and extra like stuff laying around?
It seems like all the assholes are gone.
Yeah. It'd be funny. It'd be like really, really funny if like they actually had some sort of standard for who they were going to take, because like everybody seems to think they're going. Anyway, I don't want to speculate on something that's not even in the Bible. Good cold open. That good.
Yeah.
Yep. Fine.
All right.
Mhm.
We're at a minute 51. I think we've done a standard cold open.
What was that? What? Okay.
Yeah, it's
Coin ops.
So
I want you to
here's
sell. Coin ops. Sell me something.
Here's the music.
Invisible change, visible progress. Sacrifice comfort, gain control. Work is worship, rest is rebellion. Obedience over innovation. Sacrifice faith, serve faith. Suffer in silence, prosper in need. The greater the exploitation, the greater the reward. Your data, our safety. More report, more peace.
Okay, and we're back.
We are.
This is the Low Life Podcast, and we are not here to talk about the rapture. We are here to talk about. I don't even know how I first. Okay, like, look here. Let's walk you through how I got into this.
Yes, please. This is actually a question I've had. Of
Yeah, because
how?
in my world, this just kind of showed up on our channel. It's like, you've got to fucking watch this movie, Jesus Christ.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I've never. So T and I've been trying to watch like, you know, older comedies, but like kind of still contemporary. Like she's willing to go back and watch some, you know, Giallo films and stuff. But like,
Hell yeah.
we were looking for something
Good
light
taste.
and
Good
funny.
taste.
Because the previous week she was just like, oh, what do you want to, you know, it's like, oh, what's this movie about? She asks me, and I'm like, it's about Ireland, and it was the movie Hunger. So, you know, I didn't want to.
I might have to mute. Oh my god.
Yeah, so I was like, let me try to play, you know, in good faith, and let's pick a comedy. And I remember hearing about this movie in passing, never in a place where I wrote it down or like looked it up.
By
or anything
who?
like that.
Like how?
Over the years.
Yeah.
Just over the years. Like
Okay.
I worked in a
'Cause
video
this-
store. I was like a manager in a video store. Like I was into movies like a lot more when I was younger. I was reading the magazines and stuff that would come to the shops.
I heard
Yeah.
about this off of my basement dwelling friends who, you know, told me about Faulty Towers and
Gotcha.
Yeah. Now that makes sense. That
Classic
that-
Brit
That makes a
kind of
lot.
stuff.
Yeah, because like I grew up watching like PBS, like British shows. I know this actor. He's an
everything.
He's an incredible actor. But like this is
well, I mean, they're getting better about it, but let's be honest, that there was a time where there were only like 20 like 20 British actors, and no
Oh,
no
yeah.
one could rise up until another one had died. Sort of a Highlander
But
thing.
this film, I never heard of this movie. I
Right,
didn't
and
know
when-
it existed.
Well, that was the thing. When I did, it was so long ago, I couldn't remember if it was like a Christopher Guest sort of mockumentary, or if it was going to be like just a funny how-to film where it's like step by
Because the
step.
title.
Right,
Yeah.
you look at the title. The title's very, very forgettable. You know, it's almost impossible to like search sometimes. Like it'll come up with like actual people who have written books called How to Get Ahead in Advertising.
Well, I remember when searching for it, I was like, "Oh, it's something. It's like how to succeed in advertising without even trying." I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it. But then after I started watching, I was like, "Oh, I see why they chose that wording."
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Oh,
yeah. They just this is and so T and I put it on, and I got to watch her sit for 93 minutes with her mouth open, occasionally cackling.
Yep.
Because this film slapped so hard, I was unprepared. I had no idea. It's basically, it's like it does that. Like in my mind, it sits in my mind like Fury Road does, where it's just 2 hours of screaming orange, and this is like 2 hours of the funniest body horror I've ever seen in my life.
Yes.
It is pretty good. Yeah, it's definitely from the start of it, like watching it, getting into it, I was like, this is very Bill Hicks coded, and I'm absolutely here for it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, it's almost if it kind of felt like a sketch from, and now for something completely different that was writ out to like a full length film. It's
Yeah.
I thought it was hysterical. So it took some convincing. I watched the first 10 minutes of this and just about noped out. Not because of anything in particular. Just like, okay, this is what I'm worried about coin ops. I don't know what he's doing over there, and I don't know why he wants to watch this. But okay. But he convinced me. And what most people know Richard Grant from these days is either one of the Star Wars movies where he plays a very dour, understated and evil person, or
20 minutes of screen time, if that.
Or there was a Doctor Who episode a while back where he played a very similar dour, stern character.
I have a completely different
watch him. To watch him, the only other thing I remember seeing him in was L.A. Story, when he was in briefly. But watching him chew the scenery in this, I'm like, this man's amazing.
Oh,
this is brilliant. I can't imagine keeping up the energy to do this.
Every choice he makes. There's a bit. Wait. We got to do this.
Okay, we did.
Listener, look in the links. Okay, for this episode, there's a link to this in archive.org that you can watch and download. And I can't recommend it. This is like a 7 out of 5. You know, like this is. I've rarely had a movie become one of my favorite movies faster than this. Because like I've sat with it, I've watched it 5 fucking times, like in just maybe 3 weeks, and I keep seeing stuff in it. And so basically, the gist of the film is, you have this guy, Dennis Dimbleby Bagley, played by Richard E. Grant, who is the hot shit ad guy in London. Okay, he's the guy. And
I almost for my headcanon feel like, because again, I think the first movie he did, I didn't realize this, but the first movie that I really remember seeing him in was Withnail and I. We mentioned it a minute ago. Mm-hmm. My own headcanon is that Withnail finally grew up, and this is like where his trajectory took him in like a train spotting kind of way.
Well, you know what's funny? It's like, Gru, with your reference to him, I know him playing either posh assholes or posh assholes who go insane in Dracula, and that one character in Dracula.
Yeah, he was in Dracula. He was in Warlock.
He was in shorts. He was in like comedy shorts too on the BBC. Like he was always.
Look at his credits. It's like Nicolas Cageian.
Yes.
Like he's been in so much shit.
I can see him as a British Nicolas Cage. Yeah.
Yeah, because he always seems to play like rich assholes who either are just assholes or just complete bonkers. And he's, that's why like seeing him in this, I'm like, this is what he's like. What I grew up watching is like this is what he's specifically good at.
When they were filming like with Nail and I, okay, so this was all coming out of Handmade Films, which was like George Harrison's thing that he put together to make like The Life of Brian, you know, because he loved Monty Python. And this was the last film they made. This like broke the studio. And they were like, wow, they were filming with Nail and I. Bruce Robinson, the director and writer, asked, he said to, you know, Richard E. Clarke right there, or Grant, hey, I got another thing, you know, like they're only a couple weeks into filming. He's like, yeah, I got this other one if you want to do it, and he agreed to it. And when they finally got to make this, How to Get Ahead in Advertising, I think it was an 8-week shoot that was absolutely batshit insane. It almost broke Grant.
Wow.
And he was like, I did everything I could to keep the energy up. I did everything I could, you know, like he was very much committed to this role. And they also were filming this like in the midst of like, they had budget cuts because there was some scamming going on. That's what basically brought down the company. It wasn't really this movie. But when this film did come out, it was almost like one of the most hostile releases ever. Like it was only playing in like 3 theaters or some shit. It made no money. It didn't get any promotion. Like it just didn't even catch on like as a cult hit.
That's so tragic.
For a while.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's a strong anti-capitalist message, and like,
massively,
you can get away with that in like, you know, a corporate Raiders sketch again, Python sketch, but but you know, a full movie and a release like that, I mean, they're going to choke it off.
Yeah,
but it's so well done, though,
and it's relentless. Like it's so. Here's the thing, I fucking agree with him. I'm just sitting there going like, yeah, he's hitting all the fucking notes. The other
not wrong. Not wrong. In like a you know a Ted Kaczynski kind of like
right. Yeah, there's it's like a funnier, friendlier Falling Down. You know, like
it
really is. Yeah. Oh my god, yes, thank you. Like, I hate that movie, but I love this.
I like Falling Down. Like we'll probably end up talking about that.
Special place in my heart.
That movie's funny as hell.
It's gonna be one of these.
I mean, you know, like
it's gonna be one of these coin-op celluloid film viewing assignments.
Totally.
Yeah.
But like, okay, so like Ken Russell, whose work we know from Altered States,
right?
Okay, he worked in advertising, and this like Bruce Robinson was like also he'd been in this as well, and they had. Hang on one second. All right. He'd had, I guess, in a conversation with Ken Russell, Ken said, yeah, I directed one fucking commercial and I got the fuck out of the business. And that was it. Like he just went off and had this like career, and he made things like The Devils, which grows in my estimation the more I think about it. But like, there's so many brilliant choices he makes, just like using objects in the room throughout the film.
Yes.
This movie opens with him delivering this like, oh yeah, and Sean Bean's in this opening scene.
You miss him. Yeah. I didn't. Oh yeah, I didn't look for him. God damn it.
So go ahead and you can mark the bingo card where movie where Sean Bean doesn't die.
That's my first.
I was going to say, yeah, as an extra bonus, he does not die in this one. At least not that we know
Bean,
of.
question mark, not dead? Question mark. But on the second watch there, I did notice that in this one, this is you get the juicy nugget that he's been in this business 15 years. He's like just like absolutely disgusted with the slop the team has brought him for this ad campaign. That's like, I guess, too human.
Yeah.
I forget what his feedback is.
Do you want to tell me? Do you want to say what it's for?
It's a pimple cream.
It's a boil cream. That's it.
Well, yeah.
That's all.
That's it. And it's blocked him up. Like, yeah. Well, here's the thing. He has this huge contract. He works for this guy, Bristol, who's what a performance. But like, he is his like boss, and the company that for this, and we'll save the name of it for the end. This is
the bald fella who's always on a Bluetooth, like
it's like a
1980s Bluetooth. Yeah,
you never know who
early
he's
iteration.
talking to.
Yeah, it's a really early gag with that. It's good.
Yeah.
It's an amazing. He does a great job because somehow you can tell that he's not talking to Bagley. It's like really good. It's really fucking subtle.
That actor was so. I can't even put into words how good it was, because like you said, you don't know who he's talking to, but yet that actor carries it off, and that's hard. That is difficult.
But we got to
portraying like
We got to talk about the scene before that. We got to talk about him. Like he's leaving this meeting.
Is that
This
the one where
guy's-
he's smoking 2 cigarettes at the same
That's
time?
exactly it. And it took me. It wasn't until my third viewing where I was just like, "Oh shit!"
No, I saw
Because-
that on my first, but the reason that hit me is I used to have a teacher who was like that.
Yeah. I've been that guy. You know, like I've done that working at the shop or something like that. I'll just like I have one lit, I won't be paying attention, and I'll just pull one out of my ear and light that one and be like, "Oh fuck." But I also love like the painting in his office of the toothbrush bristles down.
His office is
The toothpaste
insane.
on top of
I
it.
It's
love
like-
the weird shit that's in it.
It's
I
like,
could
what if
sell
Willy
you
Wonka
this.
became an advertising executive?
He's got
Did
like
you
a
ever-
carousel horse in there. He's got a telescope pointing
That's,
out the window.
Did you ever see those photographs that are like kind of like deep mind kind of AI generated things? They're like, this is what it looks like when you're having a stroke. Like, this is one of those things where like the more you look at his office, the weirder the shit is that's in it.
Yeah.
Were they like arrows or something? Like
It doesn't make sense. There's like
makes
these series of photographs or something that are like vertically arranged that are like horizontal, and I think they're arrows. I don't know.
There were
I don't
arrows.
know.
I was half expecting to see like a katana or something, but like
Yeah, or like a suit of armor or something.
Mhm.
Like it was just
Yeah.
it's so random. And I think a lot of that was because of budget cuts. Like they had bigger aspirations for this. They wanted this to look a little more Blade Runner. And this somehow works as almost like
I
this
think
would have
it
been a
works
great
better.
stage play.
I
You know
think
what
this works better
It has
though.
that
I think
energy.
A lot
Yeah.
of scenes are written in the form of stage play. Yeah, I can see that for
100%.
sure.
yes.
Mhm.
Well,
Yes.
and here's another interesting thing. So, like with Nail and I, with Nail and I, and with
Yeah.
this, Bruce Robinson wrote like a novel that was unpublished, and then wrote the script based on his novel.
Oh, dig up the novel. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
It might
I
be
read
somewhere
that.
out there. I would.
with this
I would devour it.
with this dialogue, because
Oh.
this is the scene, and I relate very much to this movie because I've done what he's doing, where he's like, I got to figure this out, and then just acts it out. And
Oh, his American accent in this moment is so biting.
so good.
Oh my god, this bit right here.
Yeah.
When
I
it
was
comes
like,
up
yup.
with the alluring and intelligent Barbara Smith. Don't you just want to meet her, boys?
He's such a piece of shit. It's great.
I've done that. I've
biggest
literally
Oh,
done
I've
that.
talked myself through stuff
Yeah.
too, man.
I've
I mean,
done
he's
that
acting it
multiple
out.
times.
Like what? He's got the 2 cigarettes. It's just manic.
Yeah, he's losing his fucking mind.
And keep in mind, this is the first like 6 minutes of the movie. Like we're this is nothing. Like
There's one thing that hit me in the face when with the first viewing of this, and it was one of those things. It's like, wait a minute, I know this quote, and I went and looked for this quote, and it's one of those quotes that's always attributed to a person, but that person never fucking said it, and now everybody's trying to figure out who said it. The quote that people think that Shigeru Miyamoto once said was, "A delayed game is eventually good, but a bad game is forever." But in this movie, he
says
tells
it.
his
Yeah.
lackey that nobody remembers a late campaign. They remember the bad ones.
The bad
Yes.
pitch. Yeah.
And I have searched high and low, just like this is the quote. This is what people are attributing to Shigeru Miyamoto. This movie comes up not the fuck at all.
And the writing really snaps with it too. Like it's very,
yeah.
The writing is so damn tight.
it's
Oh my God.
Sorkin-esque without being full of itself.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
Yeah.
there's a
There's
fucking line at the end of this movie that is one of my all-time favorite lines in a movie. Like
All right,
Don,
hold on,
Dustin.
go ahead.
go.
No, what I was going to say was that there are so many like little throwaway things in the background. The
Yes.
funniest, the thing that made me, I mean, I was watching it mostly with my hair blown back, just because it was wow, this is a lot.
Like a Memorex commercial.
But the thing that made me laugh hysterically was the name of the pimple cream,
I know.
the final solution. I'm like,
Wait, the full name. The full name is Filthy Harry's Final Solution.
final solution, and all I was kind of like.
Oh,
Wasn't that that's a Nazi throwback? That is such a British thing to do, is to have this little throwaway Nazi thing.
it's,
But to have the final solution about pimple cream, I was like, oh my god, this.
Yup.
But it was, and because it's just in such poor taste. It's
Like-
so well done.
calculated, targeted, perfectly timed poor taste.
Yes.
Springtime for Hitler.
forgot
Yes,
to run that
exactly.
one
It's-
by
yeah.
standards.
Yeah, it's such a
It's a
movie
very
could
well
not have
paced
been
out.
made
It's
today.
it's really well paced out. It doesn't hit you with everything all at once. It drip feeds you, dude. There's like cartoons in this. Like,
God.
They just come out of fucking nowhere.
it's
Before
just
the cartoon, well, the cartoons, I think I've been thinking about. We're going to talk about them.
Okay, we'll get to the cartoons.
We'll get to the fucking cartoons. But like, there's this. Listen, listener. I can't believe you're still listening to this. Go watch this fucking movie because
Seriously,
everything from here on out
back
is
in
not
about
going
an
to
hour.
They strings together like a lot of really demonstrative, a lot of really poignant monologues. This one, I think he's talking with the strangers on the train about the distortion of truth by association. It's really, really well thought out.
It starts with him in his own head saying, "Listen, don't think about, fat girls or pimples or, whatever, like sweaty.
Fat girls with pimples, sweat, 40-year-old mothers."
And he opens his eyes like, "Yeah, but what about fat girls with sweaty pimples?" And then he's like looking at a priest.
He's on a train.
These two businessmen, and he's on a train. Like, he's trying to tell himself to relax until like 10 o'clock. Like, don't think about it until tomorrow morning because he's got a dinner party to go to at home. And instead, he just absolutely fucking snaps on these men. Like, the guy reads an article about how, like,
an article in the newspaper.
In the newspaper, where he's like, "Oh, it seems like the police have done a lightning strike on some sex party or whatever.
Drug orgy.
Drug orgy." And they found a woman naked with peanut butter on her breast and a bag with marijuana.
It was specifically because the priest asked, "Was there a young girl?"
Yeah.
She was a young girl in the back with peanut butter spread over her breast. And he's like, it's
like a total lech, and
such a,
then, But then what sets Bagley off is the detail. There was a bag with marijuana resin in it, and may have been like heroin or something.
Possibly heroin, yeah.
Possibly heroin. He's like, "Oh, possibly it could have been a pork pie."
Yeah.
It's like, possibly it could have been other parts. Yeah, it could have been a very large turnip.
It could have been a very large turnip.
And this whole sequence
on the train
is fucking amazing. This is where you're like, "Oh shit, no, they were right. You need to hold on to the handlebar here in this roller coaster because we're going over. This is it."
No, because he breaks it down because it's the idea of journalists want the money for absurdity and like violence and all terrible things, but he's like, well, they're not telling you the truth. It may have your brain is
filling in,
is filling in the blanks of, well, they said there could be, resin and heroin in there. Yeah. So there is, but we're not saying there was. We're saying it could have been. And you gobble it up because they want you to. But he never once says during this rant that this is advertising. Yeah. He is fully, and again, this movie.
He's talking about language. He's talking about language. The vagary of language.
Yes.
I can't understand why that would be relevant right now. But
and for the listener out there,
further go with journalism. It's like it's one of the reasons why I stopped doing like marketing. Like I've channeled a lot of this energy in my life.
Yeah. And for the listener out there, if you want to like dive deeper into this world, because I am of a certain age that when I was growing up, one of my favorite things in the world were these paperback collections of shit from Mad Magazine. And this entire movie is basically like, what if Mad Magazine made a movie? Because the original Mad Magazine was there to do nothing but push how stupid advertisers are.
Oh yeah.
And I don't remember when it changed, but for years, for like decades, Mad Magazine never had advertisers in it.
Yeah, what you had were really sweet drawings in the borders by Sergio Aragonés.
You had Spy versus Spy, but you also had all of these things that if you go back and like read the classic stuff from like the 60s and 70s, all they did was make fun of advertising.
Yeah.
I mean, it deserves it for all of the reasons he's saying. Like, keep in mind, like he's stuck. He's trying not to think about this thing. I've been here. I've known.
Oh
this.
Yeah.
I know this guy. I know what's happening right here. Yeah,
I've
like
been
if you
soldier.
He's yelling about how good He's
you
yelling
have an
about how
assignment. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't a, I'm going to work on my book today, and, you know, you chip away at it. This is a, I have a fucking paper due kind of shit. This is like, with this contract calls for this product to ship at this date. You have to get this done.
Can we talk about his wife? Because
we're going to get to her. Yeah,
that was the scene before that one, right?
Yeah, he's arranged to meet her for lunch.
Yeah.
Right? Did they do that already?
I think they did that before the train.
I think they did that before the train.
Yeah. There was a lunch scene before the train.
Mm-hmm.
And he's
world's greatest wife.
She's man,
played by Rachel Ward, who was like one of my 1980s crushes. We won't get into the 90s crushes, but yeah, I mean, 1980s Rachel Ward was just peak. Oh my god!
And like the way they make her up is so like ethereal. Like she's not. She's like really concerned about him. You know what I mean?
Oh.
And she's like, hey,
is the
look.
Perfect straight man to this entire thing.
Absolutely. And she's earnest. She plays it so, like, wonderfully straight.
Mm-hmm.
You can see where that, like, where the Velcro starts pulling a little bit on that. But, like, it's still coming from a good place. In fact, I would argue that almost everyone in this movie is just absolutely playing it straight, and we are merely seeing his reality the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, I don't think they ever see what happens later. You know what I mean?
They don't see the Cronenbergian moments now.
Yeah. And we haven't gotten to that yet. Yeah, so, like, you know, he has this manic lunch with his wife where he's just, like, fucking chain smoking and talking out loud about finding piles while people are trying to eat.
Same.
Been there. Yeah, I mean...
I know that energy.
There's more than one coffee shop in Chicago that has encountered this.
Well, we're just talking about, like, you know, what we're writing and, you know, murder, death, and all these other things are like weird, horrible things where it's like, no, it's fiction.
Yeah,
Don't worry, we're not planning. We're not planning these things.
About it, you know.
We're laughing about it.
He's talking about like all his hits in his past and the past campaigns that he did well on, and how those were easy to fix because everyone had those problems. But I think, is this where he ends up with like, hey, I just need to make pimples cool?
Not yet. No, because his whole problem with it is that it's a money spinner. Like, nobody knows if the cream works or not, and that's what fucks with him. He needs to know if the product works or not in order to know what to sell. He delineates this in the very beginning where he talks about, like, the cycle of the diet, you know, where, you know, you have...
I can relate.
Yeah, you this product that we're going to sell you either has 10% extra of this or, like, you know, 5% more of this. You know, like,
or 10% less of that. Yeah, there's promises something or promises to eliminate something. Yeah, he does a really good opening monologue.
Oh, the opening monologue.
It doesn't matter whether it's health. It doesn't matter if it's healthy or not. It's the matter of this is something you need because it has more or less of something.
Right.
And that's how you sell it. And, like, for some reason
but there's also a treadmill of it. Like, he knows all of the steps of that, but he's having a hard time with this one because, you know, the market itself is vague. These things sell out of anxiety, but, like,
in beauty standards and like these these like vagaries of vanity, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. It's because it is just kind of that. Because I even remember being a kid and, like, trying Oxy and shit and putting that shit on your face, and some of it just fucking
did not do shit.
No, it's just zit cream. It's just zit. That's the thing. I'm like, well, it's just zit cream, right?
Yeah.
And like zits go away.
Yeah. It's like the reason that Listerine burns your mouth. Listerine doesn't need to burn your mouth. It does that so you think it's doing
something's working. Yeah.
Wow, you just blew my world.
Yeah,
you just blew my mind.
Deodorant is like 100 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I'm surprised we're not taking, like, radium pills or still using radium condoms, you know?
I don't think we're that far advanced. We went to a fucking one of those, like, swap meet places, I don't know, about a month ago. They had goddamn radium fucking silverware and or like plates and shit just sitting right there.
Cool.
Walking by it being like, I can smoke cigarettes. This is what's going to kill me. You know, like,
and the radium glass. Love that shit.
Yeah.
They're under a black light. So
I used to live in this house that was, you know, fairly old. I mean, it wasn't like, you know, hundreds of years old, but it was a fairly old house, and I was changing the smoke detectors in it. And the smoke detectors had warnings on them that you could not just throw these away because they had americanium in it, which is a radioactive isotope.
Oh, nice.
It's americanium.
That's how they worked, was through radioactivity.
Nice.
I stacked them in my garage, and for all I know, they're still there.
Well, we're going to be able to talk about hydrogen bombs later, so this is actually on topic.
Yeah, and they like really shot their wad with that name, didn't they? What if they found a better one? Anyway, so he does this thing. He flips out on the train. He throws his cigarettes at people because he has this real beef with the idea that like they would be so worried about drugs when cigarettes are right fucking there killing people.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's like yelling at
not wrong.
No, everything he says is accurate. You're sitting there going like, yeah, man, I get this. So he's setting himself up as this like epic Cassandra, which is it absolutely plays out like this too, and it's fucking great. But he ends up going to
who turned what on there? Someone dying?
Oh, Brucebeck, I think.
What?
I don't know.
A loud sound.
Sorry, I shifted. Sorry, I'll mute.
No, you're good. You're good. You're very loud too. What are we talking about? Fucking next scene.
Yeah,
he's coming home, and I think isn't he just like sitting in the kitchen reading a newspaper?
Yeah, while the dinner party's going on.
Yeah, while the dinner party is happening.
Well, yeah, this is how you find out, though. Like, it looks like he's just sitting down for dinner reading the paper. And then she's like, what are you doing? And this is how you find out that, yes, they're having a dinner party. And he just doesn't want to go in there because he doesn't want to have to deal with her vegetarian friend. What's her name? Penny?
Yeah.
I think that's right, yeah.
Penny's really good.
In all fairness, he's being a total asshole.
Oh, he's an absolute asshole.
Oh, he's an asshole throughout the entire fucking movie.
I mean, yeah, but this is like
there is a character arc, though.
Yes, there is.
Penny's exhausting, but he's being an asshole.
Yeah,
it is. Oh, it is. But I can relate to him being an asshole, and I understand his want to like not have to deal with people. But also, you're
hosting a dinner party.
Yeah,
right.
It's happening.
And then he goes out there.
And go through.
He can't help himself. He's just a dick.
He goes like straight at her.
Yeah, he has to poke holes in, I guess, her vegetarianism or like her concern about the environment. Maybe this is hints of the boil, but it's like, dude, like this is he's kind of, I don't know. It's interesting because he's at this point of the film, he's relating everything to advertising. That everything is basically a circle of bullshit. Well, like, he brings like fish, like in estrogen. They were talking about estrogen in the rivers or something, and how fish have estrogen.
This is like such a like pre-Alex Jones moment. Like makes
first
me
thing
wonder,
I thought was turning the frogs gay.
Turning the frogs gay. It's exactly what I thought of. I was just like, son of a bitch. What if someone saw this, told him about it, and that's what did it?
I mean, maybe it's supposed to relate to contaminants, right? Like you're eating contaminants already, even though you're trying to be healthier.
Pills.
Yeah, like she's very clearly coded as like a feminist kind of character. And the idea of that, like, she isn't conventionally attractive either, so that like they're kind of rolling that into it as well. But she's still, like, to him, a demographic.
Well, no, and even funnier than that, it is made crystal fucking clear that he doesn't like her.
Specifically.
He is not being generalizing about it. He doesn't even, like they comment on her weight, but he's like, no, I don't care about that. I don't care if you were so big, we'd have to build a scaffold to feed you. And I was just like, holy fuck.
Brutal.
No, it's you.
Yeah, that's a level of petty spite. That's like Drake Kendrick shit there. That's like,
well, then like later too, when she comes back for the big scene, you find out that she's eating meat.
Yeah.
For whatever bad fucking reason. I don't remember now.
She describes it like what vegetables weren't giving me the minerals that I needed or something.
Which is a thing. I used to work with a librarian, and he and his wife were pretty like staunch vegetarians. I don't know if they were full vegan, but one of them started feeling like, under the weather one day, and they went to the doctor, and the doctor like literally asked, like, are you a vegetarian? It's like, yeah, well, you need to knock that shit off because you are not getting, you have a severe vitamin deficiency.
Yeah.
And when I went out, I didn't know that this happened. I went out to lunch with him one day, and he's like, and he ordered chicken, and I almost fell out of my chair. It's like, what the fuck?
And he even calls her out on that. He's like, yeah, you say you're vegetarian, but you probably eat meat when no one's looking. And then they do the whole like kind of pescatarian argument. And
fish like, isn't meat.
Yeah, he just tears into her until she fucking storms out.
Yeah.
And this is where it gets this is the last moment of normalcy, folks.
Yeah, this is the last.
This is
sanity.
the last moment.
This is the beautiful opening monologue. Is this like overture?
Yeah,
and this is the first movement. and this is it. This is where I absolutely. This was the moment, right? Like up to this point where I was like, "Hey, this is a pretty good movie," and then the very next scene, everybody leaves.
There's like a breakthrough through,
and they cut, and you see Julia coming down the steps in her bathrobe, and the camera's like panning and pulling back, and you see the grandfather clock with sausages hanging off of it. And in that moment, I was like, I almost need to pause this here.
Wait, what?
And then the next thing you know, our boy is in the kitchen, just naked but for an apron, wearing a hairnet, squirting something out of a tube all over the place, happy as hell.
Eyelids rolled back into his skull. Just
same.
Very, very, very fear and loathing in Las Vegas acid trip coded. And I'm sorry to admit, I have been in this place before in somebody's really well-appointed kitchen doing exactly the same.
Absolutely. This is
someone's beautiful house.
We've all been this guy because this manic energy, I understand. But also, you mentioned something that's been living in my brain for a while. Is you described this film as almost Lovecraftian? I think it was Gru, right?
No. That was Dan. I'll give credit.
That was Dan.
Yeah,
Dan, you mentioned that, and it's been living in my brain. And this is the moment where it's this is the moment
where he not only recognizes the madness but leans into it.
Oh yeah. This is telltale heart shit. This is like
this is where we're like, oh, this isn't like just him being a dick. This is like
This was the moment I knew we were going to do this movie.
Yeah.
I am, by natural selection, I'm going through all of the products in the house, and I'm ridding them. Anything contaminated by advertising.
And I love that line. Contaminated by advertising.
I love
Holy
it.
Shit. I want that on his
brain contamination, you see. How much time do you have? Let me explain.
You got to understand, he's covered with like creams and mustard and powders.
Toothpaste.
Everything. And I thought this was oh wow, that's hilarious. How are they going to top this? They do. He goes up the stairs, gets into a bathtub
that has already been drawn.
That has already been. It's full, and he pulls out an answering machine
of stuff. Yeah,
and it's just draining. And she's like, "Why are there chickens in the toilet?" And he pulls one out of the tub. He's like, "It's because they've been fed with fish."
Yes,
I'm going to debone them and return them to whence they came, or something like that. Like,
and he throws it into the toilet, and it lands. I lost it.
Oh.
I absolutely could not stop laughing for this entire bit.
This is the moment when I realized everything he's doing is just some extrapolation of some conversation they must have had at dinner last night. Because they're talking about the latest thing, how the chickens are fed off the fish, and the cycle is destroying the water.
He's dismantling the vacuum, which is it's a setup for something later. Everything in this film sets up something later so well. I'm baffled by this film.
He punished the answering machine. That's literally what he said.
Yes, and he said he was going to do it to the television too. He's going to turn it on and then do an ad about it and drop it into the fucking tub. And I'm just like, dude, that's like toaster bath. Like, what are you talking about?
It's like, wait for the white rabbit to peek and then throw it in the tub with me.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god, thank you for that. That's great.
This whole sequence from her coming down the steps until him holding what I thought was a knife, but I think it's an icing kind of blade.
It's like for bread. It's like something. It's not that. That picture I sent you looked a little bit more threatening than.
No, it totally does. It totally looks like he's holding a knife to her, but she's like not seeing it. She's talking directly to him, like, "Hey, hun, you're burnt the fuck out. Like, we need to chill." And she's not acknowledging the knife. You know what I mean? Like it's. And then this is where they find out. She's like, "Hey, you've been working yourself into this frenzy. Looks like you've got a boil now in your neck." And this is it. You're off. You're over the edge of the hill. This is it. This is the big hill at the Beast at Kings Island, and the first of 5. I just,
if you were thinking this film was going to be normal for me,
Oh my God.
Well,
This
and this is where I began to ask a question, and I'm not sure I ever got an answer.
Okay.
And we can talk about it at the end, but what does the boil symbolize?
I think his work, they kind of mention it. It's basically his worst impulses. It is the half of himself that he doesn't like to acknowledge because he's having a moral crisis.
So it's a Jekyll and Hyde
Yes.
thing.
Kind of, because it's kind
Is
of
that the
this
poison in him boiling up and taking control?
Yeah, it
I
is
feel like
because
he's- Up until now in his career, he's been to a point where he's just been able to churn this out and just do it automatically. This is the part of the movie that I really identified with, to be perfectly honest. Come from a background of selling very expensive suits to very rich people. You get into a vibe of it where you just churn it out because it's where you do it well, and like you get money from doing it. But at some point, you start asking yourself, like, what am I doing this for?
Yeah.
And that's where your job starts to suffer. And clearly, this is where his job was starting to suffer. And the boil is like a manifestation of all the shitty things he needs to do to be good at his job.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting too. It's
To be successful in our society.
Yeah.
If you've ever had this, I did call banks, like for a minute. I was like desperate for work, and I
Done
did
some
it
phone work myself. It's not fun.
It sucks. I will recommend that HBO documentary, Telemarketers.
Yes,
Hardcore, though. It's
very
so good.
Very true crime, but not really crime, but also kind of crime.
Kind of crime and really funny.
It's really good. It's very very real, very true to the point.
Oh, no, I felt that movie. But like, I was only there for 3 days, and we were doing kind of like surveys for ABC Disney. And the moment I broke, this moment here, how it manifested for me was, I had to ask a 93-year-old woman if her mother checked her cholesterol. And I was like, I'm not going to ask this question. So I was like, ma'am, hold on for a second. She was a lonely lady somewhere in Colorado.
I just wanted to talk to another human being.
There's that going on, but I hit mute and I call my manager. I was like, look, this lady's like 93. Do I have to ask her this question? It's stupid. And she's like, yeah, you got to ask her that question. I was like, I don't think I can ask her this question. She's like really lonely and sad, man. Like, can I just... All right, I'll do it. So I get back on there, and then, she's like, hey, honey. And I was just like, ma'am, I'm quitting my job right now. And she's like, what? And I'm like, it's not you. You are delightful. You are a wonderful lady. Go.
You are why I'm quitting my job, but not the reason why.
Yeah, you're entirely too sweet for me to proceed with this line of questioning, and I am quitting. And she was just like, oh, okay, honey, have a nice night. And I was like, okay. And I just went and bought a 40. It was like it was not as fun as this. I didn't cover myself in creams and like drown an answering machine, but goddamn it, looking back, that's what I would use a time machine for. Anyway, so where are we? What is going on? He is he's lost his shit, and
his wife is freaking out and trying to get him to call the doctor. And this is the first of many times where he runs out of the house screaming at the literal definition of stark raving mad. Literal British encapsulation.
It's like a
raving madness.
It's like a cartoon.
Yeah.
I mean, and we'll get to that, but like this, I mean, he is so animated. He is so.
It's like Jim Carrey as the Mask.
Yeah.
Except there's no superpowers here whatsoever.
Yeah. This guy, you're in his world for this whole thing. And It's crazy. Well, isn't that where she notices the boil and then does it talk yet?
No, it doesn't start talking right
Okay.
away.
So he's still, because isn't that what makes him run outside screaming the first time?
When he notices, that happens a little later, I think, when he notices it has an eye, it smiles and talks to him really quick.
I think that's here.
It says, hey, handsome, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I think that is this point, though.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, and what's funny about this is that he's like, running out of the house with no shirt on, and the cleaning lady's there. Mm-hmm. And they just both like watch him run. Like he just screams and he's like, it's he's freaking the fuck out. And he runs outside and screams around and stuff like that. And she freaks, calls the doctor to come in.
Yeah.
And this sets up like she finally calms him down enough and puts a blanket on him and puts him to bed, and the doctor arrives, and one of my favorite.
Well, no, the doctor chases him through the brush and drugs him with the syringe.
Not yet. He gets there, and she's trying to explain what's wrong.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
And then he says, "How does it manifest?" And he just runs screaming with this fucking blanket like a cape back again outside. And then he runs after him with this fucking syringe. Oh my God. I love that. How does it manifest?
Like the comic strip syringe.
It's so great.
Yeah. It's interesting, right? Because there are depictions of mental illness I really don't like. Like we talked about The Cell, right? Where he kind of just made up some random bullshit instead of like trying to. And that's the thing. It's like you could depict mental illness in a grounded way, or in this way,
fuck up.
You just make it so absurd.
Yeah, make it a Bugs Bunny cartoon.
It's not any. Yeah, like it can't be offensive. Like because it's so nuts, right? Like
and to be fair, this isn't an examination of like mental illness. This is an examination of advertising.
One man's personal madness.
Yeah. This man's like falling into the atmosphere of Jupiter for 90 minutes. Like it doesn't end well. You know what I mean? Like,
this is like his. These are like inner demons kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like, this isn't like a mental illness. This is he's dealing with himself, right? This is a whole movie about a man fighting himself.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And this is the second movement. Like we're well into the second movement at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he gets the jab in his butt.
He gets a jab in his butt, and the doctor rubs it like that took me back.
I love it.
But that is what you do with an intramuscular injection.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's doing their job and well around him. That's the craziest thing about this. There is this, like, the setting is normalcy. Nothing in this film feels normal.
Mm-hmm.
This movie reminds me the most of like British comedies that I grew up watching.
Yeah.
It's definitely during that era.
Totally sympathize with him too, even though he's
it's like, I'm sorry this is happening to you, but Jesus, this is fucking great. So he's in bed, and the doctor's talking about how, like, she's telling him, hey, he thinks this thing's fucking talking. They had dinner, didn't they? This hasn't happened yet.
That hasn't happened yet.
That hasn't happened yet. So she's basically. Go ahead.
Yeah, she's doing the whole thing about how, like, hey, look, he might, like, he's just not doing well. The doctor's like, well, he might need to be committed. And she's like, he'll go along with that. And the doc's like, I don't know.
Well, she's also like, hey, doc, look, he's under now. Just like cut it out. And the doctor's like, no. This is like suddenly psychological problem. And let's see if we can have someone's opinion on this. And he needs to see this the doctor.
Because they already established he thinks it's talking to him. And he's like, yeah, but we don't know who it is. Could be his mother, his father.
Well, the doctor first says, hey, this isn't my specialty, first of all. And second of all, we don't know who it is. Like it could be, it could be some woman. And she goes, no, it's definitely like a guy. Well, then maybe it's his father. We don't, as far as he's concerned, we wouldn't be like lancing a boil. We'd be like decapitating it. So, like, we need to get a handle on this before we perform, because it's huge. You have to understand, this thing is like,
and unless I've missed something in watching the movie, no one ever looks at the fucking boil.
No.
Well, no, I mean,
the doctor doesn't look at it. She doesn't really look at it.
I mean, it exists. That's the thing, but it's just a boil to everybody else. To him, it's a horrible Cronenbergian face.
Yeah.
And then he weirdly does personify it here, because he's like, and also later when he's talking to the psychiatrist, because he's like, it's got a mustache like my grandfather from some picture in Australia, and like, what happened to your grandfather? Like, I think we'll get into the conversation later.
Oh, I can't.
One of my favorites.
He does weirdly personify it to code it to a relative.
Yeah. And he does, like, he has a different diction. Well, and here's the other thing, too. The entire time, the boil is being voiced by the director.
Yeah.
Bruce, in an uncredited
role.
Really?
I did not realize that.
Bruce Robinson's doing all of this shit. So like, they basically set something up where, like, okay, he needs to see a psychiatrist, and then, like, then he can have the surgery. And so she says, write down anything the boil says too. Like, pay attention to that.
It may be important later.
Right. So she makes some beef bouillon, looks amazing. Side of peas. They're sitting there at dinner, and the boil starts talking openly.
He's trying so hard to be normal.
Mm-hmm. And it's timed perfectly. So like when he turns away or she's not looking, it talks.
It's like saying like ad copy, basically, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like
it begins consciousness by like babbling ad copy. Yes, very good. Very good observation there.
Well, that first thing it says too is like, let's go to France or something. It says something about France.
Yeah, it says it in French, but she's like, what? And he's like, yeah, let's. And he has to roll with it because he wants to like trying very hard to be normal. And he's like,
he is trying. Right, he's trying to be a good husband in this moment and like keep his shit together because he does love her. You know, like he is about to snap. Everything is falling apart for him.
It's tragic because he knows what he's like at this point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like he knows what I look like to everybody else.
Right.
And I think that's a really great acting.
Yeah. He's not so crazy that he's unaware.
Right.
Absolutely. Like great acting because that's what comes across in his acting. And, you know, like he's just trying so very hard. Like, so like, yeah, let's go to Paris. Did he say something about dentures? Like
he's like, you know, how are your false teeth? Like, you know, are you ashamed of your false teeth? And she's like, I don't have any. Like, this is unhinged. Like, this conversation this is meaningless. You know what I mean?
Again, wife of the century, because she is so calm. Like, she's trying so. It's like, again, it comes across too with her. She's trying really hard.
Well, here's the thing: they both are in wildly different ways.
Yes.
And it's not working, and you feel helpless in this. Like, this is a really helpless moment for like the viewer, because you're just like, keep it together, man, just fucking keep it together. And then, you know, finally she's like, what the fuck, man, I'm just trying to have dinner. You know what I mean? Like, this is one of the few moments where she's just like, look, you're a bit much here, okay? I'm trying to help here, and you're just being an asshole. What is going on? Why are you talking about France? Why are you talking about false teeth? Who the fuck is Barbara Simmons?
Then he admits that, like, it's not me, it's the boil.
Right. And that's where she's just like, oh, fuck this. And she calls the shrink. She's like, yo, you need to see my boy now. Like, this has to happen.
Yeah.
And he like runs off screaming. And, you know, you cut to this amazing psychiatry scene. I love it so much. This guy.
Did we talk about the animated birds? I wasn't here for this.
Oh, wait, no. No, the animated birds. Yeah, we have to go back.
Oh, yeah. We have to talk about the cartoon.
Let's talk about the most me in a movie.
It's one of the only times you see the house from the outside.
Mm-hmm.
They
beautiful.
Cut over.
It's a beautiful cottage.
And out of one of the chimneys, you see a little animated boink. And then a couple seconds later, another little boink. And it's like, what the fuck? And this
to the point of like, what the hell was that?
Yeah.
This little pink and blue bird come down. And they give you the theme of the movie. It's wonderful.
Birds, Looney Tunes kind of bird.
Very, very, you know, like a little, very Disney-esque, you know.
Yeah.
And
and they're like, yay! They're kissing and like, let's go. Yeah. And they go through the window and they find basically me every Saturday night, just smeared with mustard in a bathrobe, just unconscious on a couch.
And see, that's what got me is when this was one of the points where I just absolutely lost it.
Yeah.
Because he's hallucinating and he's seeing the cartoon birds and everything. And then they fly through the window and he's dead asleep. It's like, oh my fucking God, he's not hallucinating. This is actually happening.
Yeah. Like, we're seeing his world, whether he's awake in it or not.
And they like retreat into the television.
Yeah.
But before they do that, they give you the philosophy. They're like, hey, why don't you just throw, like, because they referenced this earlier in the movies, like, why don't you throw a brick through the window and then knock on their front door and sell them a security system?
Yep.
That is the art of marketing.
That is how it works. And
then they say, let's go into this, you know, television. And then they fly into this fucking TV. And
the movie couldn't be any more clear.
Yeah.
I love this film.
I mean, it has all of the subtlety of taping a note to the end of a Louisville Slugger and swinging it.
I really, honestly, I'm trying to think of like the only modern film that I think does this as well as like The Substance.
Yeah.
Where it's just like,
good point.
Just being literal.
Yeah.
Like, listen, I don't want you to misinterpret what the fuck is happening here. Let's be very clear about what this is. And it's great because
it's jarring because this is the only cartoon in the movie.
Yeah, this never happens again.
No, this doesn't build into nothing.
The Boyle could have very easily said these lines, like, hey, go throw a brick through a window. But to keep with the proper tradition of absurdity,
but they made a choice.
They made a choice to have two little cartoon birds who will never appear in the film ever fucking again to tell you what this film is about.
Yep.
I just,
in case you didn't get it, dear viewer.
And it's so jarring. I can't emphasize that enough.
I mean, they have the cute little birdie voice and the whole fucking 9 yards. Like, it's insane.
I mean, it's played straight cartoon. I mean, if you've seen cartoon birds, you have seen these birds.
If you've seen Who Framed Roger Rabbit, like, you know what the fuck we're talking about here. If this is it.
And then he wakes up, and then, like, what we previously talked about occurs. Then we get one of the other best scene in the entire movie is he's at the shrink.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ.
And the shrink's insistent upon talking to the Boyle.
But it's also like entirely, this whole scene, a real good put up of psychotherapy. Like, it makes some valid points about, like, he goes in there trying to have like a conversation, and the psychiatrist guy, I keep wanting to say shrink because that's what my dad used to call them, but the psychiatrist guy, who's obviously shrink coded, he's like, would you feel more comfy sitting on the couch? And he's like, no. Like,
yeah. Oh, there's this other bit too where he's talking about like, well, I'd like to talk to the Boyle. You know, he has this like weird kind of way of talking and stuff. And he's like, well, then the Boyle can fucking pay for it. Like, you're talking to me. I'm not talking to you. You don't get to talk to the fucking Boyle. But that falls apart the second the Boyle's like, ask about my grandpa.
Ask about your grandpa.
Oh, yeah.
Tell him about your grandpa.
That's what it is.
And he's like, no.
This is where you find out a thing that I had to stop the movie, go outside, and have a cigarette. Because it's delivered so matter-of-factly, it almost gets by you. But then it stacks. There's like layers to it.
Buddy. Every British adult male has a weird sexual trauma in their past that they just swallow down and don't talk about.
Yeah, British people, definitely not Americans from New Jersey. Anyway, this is definitely the most me coded, just because of this delivery of how
did you fuck a wallaby?
Oh, well, we get lonely out there in the outback. Anyway,
he's like, he had his hand in its pouch. It might have been a kangaroo.
The line is delivered. My grandfather molested a wallaby in 1919. It is like I can't even deliver it. I can't. It's just done so.
I would love to see like outtakes from this, because there had to be instances where they're just busting their ass laughing because they cannot deliver this line in the way that it needs to be delivered.
It's incredible. Like,
because he's like sexually, he's like, no, he had his hand in his pouch, possibly.
Yeah. Oh wait, there's also that exchange.
Like it just occurred to him,
where he was talking about. He's asking Bagley about, like, are you able to get an erection?
He's like, yes. He's like, yeah. Just like, you masturbate? Do you masturbate much? Constantly.
It's like, I've got a boil on my neck. What else am I supposed to do? I'm like, oh man.
Wouldn't you in my condition? That's what he says.
Yeah, that's what he says. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god!
Again, the delivery is all just so straight laced. He's not. It's
perfect. No, it's perfect. Again, at this point of the film, I've already established that I love this movie, and now I'm at a point where I'm like, this one might go in the upper echelon cloud, because basically, like, the psychiatrist wants him to just, hey, together we're going to look in the mirror, and this beautiful thing happens. He pulls out a fucking glove, like a latex glove, right? And he blows into it to expand it, to make it fit, whatever. And when he pulls his mouth away, all the powder gets all over his mouth, and it just is there for the rest of the scene.
And they could have did a different take. Like it's like when you're filming and bugs get on your face and they have to do another take.
It's really funny.
Yeah, they're like, no, fuck it, leave it, go with it, and he did.
And now remember how that we had that scene where we were like, this is the last time anything's normal? Hey, guess what? This is the last time anything is normal. Because
David Cronenberg has entered the film.
Yeah, he brings him over to the mirror, and he's got this nasty looking fucking bandage on. It's like loosely wrapped, like little like mummy tape kind of shit.
It's green.
It's like
and this boil is located. It's located on like kind of like at the base of his neck, but kind of like where the shoulder starts. It's in a really odd location that you're not going to be able to bandage this well.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Like it's sunk in there. It's like under your trap or clavicle. Like it's weird.
Sucks. It would suck.
To his credit, he does this thing where he's going to peel it from the top down, but he makes a choice and peels it from the bottom up. And when it does, this is where you find out the thing has like a fucking mustache.
It's a World War I mustache. It has hair. It has 2 eyes and a mouth. And it's heinous looking.
God, what does it say? It's shit. It says something, and he just fucking loses it. He white lines everything. Like he's done. And the next thing you see, well, the next thing you see, he's on a gurney. It's like Jacob's Ladder. Like
God,
another good movie. Go watch it.
It's one of my favorites.
Oh yeah,
also.
if you haven't,
I love Jacob's Ladder so much.
Good palate cleanser after this.
You've had plenty of opportunities up till now. Go watch Jacob's Ladder.
Yeah. But and the whole time you have like the psychiatrist's voice basically explaining to him. He's like, you're not hearing, like, it's not hearing your thoughts, you're hearing its thoughts, and that is like a thing that doesn't really add up just yet until they get him into the room.
Yeah, because it makes sense, right? Because the psychologist isn't wrong. This is where we get the morality thing, right? Of like, he kind of spells it out where it's like, no, this is just, you're manifesting your worst qualities basically for your job. And it's like he can't handle the morality. Like the fact that he's having a moral conundrum about this is what's causing all this.
Yeah. Like he understands the problems with marketing, the sinister aspects of marketing. I put in the chat earlier, there was that clip from The Corporation where, that documentary from like early 2000s or whatever, where they have this clip where they're interviewing this woman who's in marketing. She does marketing for like big firms and stuff like that. And they market specifically to children. And we're one of the few markets in the world that allows that. And they ask her about the ethics of it. And she's just like, that's not my job, And it's like, I imagine there was some point in this woman's life where she had a boil.
Yeah.
Because I think that's what this is like, that's how you level up in this business in a way.
I think most businesses.
You have to let something die. You know what I mean?
Lockheed Martin.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think for a lot of American companies, when we make fucked up things, you have to basically put your, like, who you are in a box. Like, you have to compartmentalize a lot of yourself. And I mean, that's just work for a lot. That's like a lot of jobs in general, like, especially because we don't, unlike this character, we don't get a lot out of working anymore.
Right.
But like, this dude is clearly doing very well for himself by doing something fucked up. And he's having a moral conundrum about having a moral conundrum. If that makes sense.
That's the fun part. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's absolutely 100% correct in his critique of marketing. Like, at every step of the way, I'm just sitting there going, no.
He was like, because he gave an incredible monologue while recording himself wearing a box on his head.
Yeah, we haven't even talked about that yet.
We haven't even got to that part. That happened already.
Yeah, that already happened.
That already happened. Like,
okay, so we need to talk about that for a second.
That's another. Really,
may as well. Let's go ahead.
So there's this
with so much weight.
This beautiful moment where it's just this zoomed in on his face, and you don't realize like what's going on, and he's having this like frantic. It kind of reminds me of like in Prince of Darkness, like the transmissions they were getting from the future. It very much has I'm trying to save you, like I have this thing and I need to tell you about it and it's horrible. It's going to kill us all. But you don't get to see all of it. But what you do get to see of it is this very interesting sequence where he's trying to tell her something and the boil starts interrupting him. It's being an asshole. It's straight up.
Cigarette.
It wants a cigarette. So he's like, listen, he keeps the tape running. He's like, I'll be back in 60 seconds. So he goes into the kitchen. He starts rifling through the cleaning lady's shit. She catches him. He's like, listen, I just wanted a cigarette. I wasn't really looking through your things. And she's like, well, have them all. And he's like, oh, no, I've quit. and
while lighting it,
it tastes terrible. Like, I'm glad I gave these.
I'm just holding it.
I'm just holding it. I just need it for that. Like whatever.
Yeah, he's also talking to her with a box on.
The timing on it and the reveal later and how it like lines up is so well.
It's really good.
It's so good.
So well done.
So he comes back in and he's trying to get out of it. Like, Julia comes home and he's just like, and she's like, I thought she quit smoking. He's like, see, I'm not smoking. I'm just holding it. See, haha. And you don't really get to see the rest of it. He like kind of goes back in and this picks up somewhere else. Like, something else happens.
Yes.
But you know that he's like not well. Oh, you've probably noticed this wine crate on my head. Like he's trying to keep it together. He's trying to make it make sense, knowing how crazy it is. He's fighting for his life. Like, that's all that's happening here.
He kind of put his head in a television, kind of, if you think about it. Like,
oh yeah, which has a great visual later. This is like,
yes.
This and Videodrome are related somehow. They're like third cousins, Like,
we were talking about this when because you messaged me like you specifically need to watch this film, and you were correct. And it's kind of like, because David Cronenberg. Okay, Cronenberg is, from what I understand, he can be funny as a person. Personally, in a very dry. He's a very soft spoken. He can be very dry, and that can be very funny. If you watch him in Nightbreed, you can see that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's even got comedy in his movies. The Fly has some hilarious movies.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, he knows.
He can be very funny. No.
This is related though. Like, this is if Cronenberg was comedy front.
Yes.
And horror second.
And that's
because even the horror's funny.
That's one of the things I've thought about this movie, is that it's two steps in any direction from a horror movie in a secondary genre. Yeah. If you take two steps towards comedy, you've got something like Tucker and Dale versus Evil. You take two steps towards body horror, you've got David Cronenberg furiously scribbling notes as to how he's going to make this
how many body horror
psychological
comedies?
It's psychological. I think by the end of the film, you decide like whether or not anyone has ever seen the thing. I don't think anyone has. I think that every time it talks, it's fucking us over the shoulder of Bagley, and it's for our benefit. It's one of those weird movies that kind of breaks the fourth wall in the way that, say, like Funny Games does, or like Man Bites Dog, but not in a way that's trying to shame you for enjoying this.
Yeah. Yes, it's not obvious.
It's entertaining. Like, it's trying to be entertaining, and it's succeeding wildly. Like, I don't understand.
Yes.
I don't understand how we don't talk about this movie all the time. I'm sorry. It just keeps hitting me over and over again. I'm like, why did it take me so long? What the fuck?
I think the title really fucked it up.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think the title
perfect.
It is perfect, but I think it did a great disservice from time of creation to the horrible age of the internet.
Well, it's funny. I didn't realize how perfect the title was until the next scene.
Yeah.
He gets wheeled into the room.
He gets wheeled in, and
the nurse comes in, and she's like, "Hey, I'm going to bring you some food. Do you want like fish sticks, or do you want steak?" And he's like, I'm not hungry. I can't even move my arms. Whatever. And when she leaves, the Boyle's like, "You should have said fish sticks." And it sets up this really great throwaway moment a few seconds later where she comes back in with the food, and it is fish sticks, and he goes, "Excellent, like awesome." Like, he's like, "Perfect." And she goes, "Oh, you changed your mind?"
He's like, "No, I can't," because he's like, before even that, he's complaining, he's like, "Hey, I can't move my arms and legs. I'm so tired." She's like, "Yeah, no wonder for how much, whatever we had to give you."
What was it? They put some real shit in him.
They gave him the good. They gave him the good shit. He should not be able to move, but like suddenly his hand, disembodied from himself, picks up the ketchup, another labeled product, by the way, and starts shaking it, and then he looks at it, it's like, "Oh, it's shaking. It's controlling my hand. It's not my arm."
And then the arm sets the ketchup.
It's horrifying.
Oh, it is, because he looks disembodied. He looks like he's not controlling it. It's a great bit of acting. But when he sets it down, then we get like the fucking moment where the Boyle just grows and grows and grows, and his head shrinks and shrinks and shrinks. And as it's shrinking, it's wrapping his old head back up. So it goes back down. But the new head has this mustache, and
It's like a world. I think our terrorism teacher, if you remember when we took that class, had this very similar mustache.
Yeah.
Of like it's like in World War One, like mustache.
It's that it's like not the full lip. It's like half a lip.
It's like a toothbrush. It's like a long toothbrush mustache.
It's because it's not quite a pencil mustache. It's not like a John Waters. It's like it's hard to describe. As a filthy American, it actually is quite hard for me to describe this mustache. But you've seen it. And he looks insane.
He looks absolutely
he
bad
looks
shit.
like demonic.
He immediately starts putting ketchup on one of the fish sticks, shoving the whole thing in his mouth, immediately shoving another one in his mouth with ketchup on it, and then pouring ketchup in his mouth and throwing the bottle on the ground. Just
orgasmic. He's
like his eyes are rolling back in his head. He can't believe how good this is. It's fucked up.
It's
so good.
I
love it.
And meanwhile, himself, his head, he's screaming.
Yeah, he's complaining. He's like, "Don't do this." He didn't think it at this point in the movie too. You really don't see that happening. Like nothing really sets this up. Like this is a truly shocking moment.
It's horrifying. And it's hilarious, but like this is the first. Like again, how many body horror comedies do we really know off the top of our heads?
Right?
This is a disturbing ass scene. Slither, but Slither, that's a matter of taste. You have to know, but I'm so horrified by this, but I'm laughing just because of his delivery and everything. It's really impressive. Also, the effects are fucking great.
They are really good.
They're really fucking good.
Prosthetics are fantastic for what this is and how close they shot it. I think they could have been a little more confident with some of it, but I think it works. I don't have any notes again.
Yeah.
And so when the nurse comes back in, he's got he's like, "Can I call you Debbie?" Like he has this clear line between the personas.
He sounds different. He has a little bit more of an intense posh accent.
There's almost a growl to it, not really. There's a menace to it.
There is.
He's that guy, man.
He's an evil grifter. He's a grifter.
Yes,
I mean he's got con man written all over him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he wants to know you. He wants to get behind your fences.
When he did this, it reminded me of a handful of things. Like in my life, I've been what's the word I want to use? Because blessed isn't it. I've been in the same room with a couple of politician type people. Okay, been in contact with a few of them, especially just in DC. You'll run into them, and I will say this about the ones that I didn't like. Even the ones you do like that are corrupt, that you kind of love anyway to this day. Shout out Jim Trafficant.
Yeah.
The guy has so much charisma, it's hard to hate the guy in the room because he's a cool dude. He's engaging. He actually asks questions and uses the information and responds in that way. He's paying attention. This is a thing that people don't do. You know what I mean? In general, it takes effort. And I also experienced it with one time Sebastian Gorka came into our fucking smoke shop. Oh yeah, right.
As you do,
get that little clench, when I said that name. And what was interesting about it is, friendly as fuck. And you need to know this. This is a thing that you need to stitch into your soul. I don't give a fuck how famous or popular they are. When you get to a certain level like that, when you're any kind of politician, it's all charisma. It's a grift. It's exactly this fucking moment.
That is your personality.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah. I mean, I think this is a great model if you wanted to do something not rip off Warren Ellis doing the Smiler again. This is because we already have that in real life with Newsom, but But this stuff is this perfect moment where he before was just a dick. He was aggressive. He was in your face. You know what I mean? He would call shit out with Penny. He was even putting up trying his best because he did love his wife. He does love his wife very, very much. He wasn't trying to ruin that at all, and he still couldn't help himself because he's still flawed. Whatever. But when he turns this charisma on, when he's like, "Can I call you Debbie? Can I get a pillow, Debbie?" "Oh, sure." He's sweet as pie for the rest of this because he's won. But also because he's a piece of shit and he's going to fucking win. And you don't know. You know what I mean? At this point, you're like, what the fuck happens from here? How does this play out? How much more of this movie is there? What can possibly happen? Well, here's Act 3. This is the culmination of everything. And, he's driving back, like, after the operation, chipper as shit.
Hold on. We need to talk about the train car discussion in this film, because as fans of There's Your Problem, I feel it's our obligation to point out a film from the late 1980s that has the same fucking thing, because people everywhere, not just the UK, have talked about this, how trains are good and car just consumes until there's nothing left.
Yeah.
Because he does call his, the Boyle calls him a communist.
Yeah.
And he has this argument with him, like, I'm not a communist. I just want people to have a choice of better things.
Yeah.
Almost like America in healthcare. Of like, I just want people to have a choice. I want people to have good things. It's like cars just consume. Like, they literally have an argument. And like the Boyle,
he's pro train.
He is.
He brings us up a few times.
Yeah. But Boyle goes to the automatic knee jerk reaction of, well, you're a fucking communist.
Well, yeah, and he says trains are old anyway.
Yeah, that's his big thing too. It wants new.
Yeah, it's like that's a bad argument. Boyle, fuck.
Yeah, I just thought that was really interesting.
But I like that bit where there's this really he leaves. He gets the operation happens. The wrong head gets lanced. He's coming home, and he's driving, and he's all dressed up. He's got a little turtleneck kind of situation.
Yeah, he's got a handkerchief in his lapel.
Looks good. He's got
what a nightmare! Just
that whole sequence.
Already scared of apprehensive surgery situations, and someone ticks the wrong box, you lose the left arm instead of the right arm. But imagine they cut off the wrong head.
Yeah.
And the whole time he's driving home, he's on a car phone listening to. He has this really loud symphonic music that you think is part of the scene, and then he turns it down and has this whole conversation. And it's this is a great use of, oh God, what is the word? When the music's coming from the movie and not externally part of the soundtrack. Oh my God, there's a term for it.
Yeah, there is. I can't remember.
Oh yeah, I have no idea.
Diegetic. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, it's good weed. Anyway. It's helpful. He has this whole thing about how I nailed it. I got this. Now you have to understand too. We didn't even talk about the scene where he tries to quit. Before,
oh my God, yeah. To his. Accents are a funny thing because the actor portraying his boss is either trying to do this very specific posh older gentleman, or he's just gay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it comes across really well.
Or both.
Bristol's so good.
He's an incredible actor.
When he quits, he pulls this picture out of the cigarette smoking ad, and he this is where he has his entire argument why he thinks marketing is I'm done with it. It's made me horrible. Is he's why don't we just put I had a problem with this one. We didn't use it, and I really felt it got the point across. And he talks about how they use language to hem and haw and talk about it's not deadly. They put these warnings on the bags.
It can cause cancer.
Yeah. Which is an extension of the conversation he had on the train where they talk about the bag may have had. It's this idea of suggesting something and having you fill in the blanks, and that's where marketing you're doing half the work there.
Mm-hmm.
And he hates his role in it. He's tired of it. He doesn't give a fuck about pimple cream. And that's where Bristol's I love his fucking accent. Oh my God.
It's incredible.
He's I was in the same place you were, and he does this whole bit about how he had to do, it was like a fucking boiler.
Yeah, it was a heating system or something. And he said he worried about it, so he couldn't figure it out, very similar to his situation. And he gave himself an ulcer, which eventually turned into him fearing he was going to explode.
He thought he was going to spontaneously give us. He's I would drink 15 pints of water a day. I kept a bucket by the bed. And he's you were probably pissing like a fire
He's
truck.
I would too. You must have been pissing like a fire truck. It's incredible you thought you would burst into flames or something like that. It was...
But this is one of my favorite quitting scenes ever too, because they have a conversation. It's reasonable.
Yeah.
And this goes on for a minute, and it's really good. And he keeps trying to talk him out of it. And he's like, hey, just do what I did. Just go on vacation. And I think that's when he goes and has the dinner. Because this is
that's
where,
when
like, Bristol finds out about, like, the boil and everything else. He's
because he's not working while he's losing his mind. Like,
right.
So he's taking the time off. And so fast forward between everything we just talked about and then he goes to his
gone. Yeah.
And now he's gone. So he goes to his conference. And I didn't know I would... This is probably the most business guy coded thing I've ever heard of comparing an ad campaign to sell boil cream to Lawrence of Arabia.
Oh yeah, this is. I found this to be very believable in a modern sense.
Absolutely,
absolutely, can confirm.
I mean,
oh my god, it's very like it's very much like I'm going to read like what was it like the book about samurais or like the art of war or whatever, and comparing it to like business or whatever.
Yeah, Legend of the Five Rings.
Sun Tzu selling diabetes medication or something.
I mean,
yeah.
It's chef's kiss moment. He says at one point, he's like, we're going to have to wait a few months. And and this is where you find out the name of the thing is Filthy Harry's Final Solution. And it's like...
It's fast, too. I didn't pick it up the first time.
It's just thrown out. It's just dumped out.
Well, it's on the wall behind him. Have the...
But you can miss it. It's done. It's just there.
But it's using that cool, like, tech font that I love. From that like whole 80s era and shit. 70s, 80s tech font. Oh, it's so good.
Oh, it's fantastic.
But so he's comparing it to
he's comparing it to the what do you say? Fucking
it was a battle.
Lawrence of Arabia. He's like, he moved all those things around and they were pointing the wrong way, and that's how we get him. And he's like, that's what we got to
come from behind.
We're going to come from behind. And they're like, what are you talking about? And he's like, we're going to like glamorize pimples.
That's it. Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God. And you cut to this woman singing this 80s like stomp pop version of My Generation, super close up on her teased out hair and face and zits everywhere.
And it's like, it goes
on for a minute.
What feels like forever. It's just a small music video in this fucking movie.
And, here's our boy Bagley's like, he's walking through, they give him a headphone, he's looking at this wall of fucking images and stuff, like all the cameras and, or all the TVs, like monitors and stuff. And then like the camera zooms in and it goes out of focus and the director hits cut. And it's like this really cool moment where it's like, wow, you made this matter. Like, and, as far as like moving the story along goes. He invites the guy at the beginning of the movie who was like, hey, man, you got to get this thing in, to their anniversary party, which is coming up this week. Or like the next night or something like that.
Yeah, we haven't seen his wife.
This movie takes place in like, what, fucking 5 days?
Yeah, basically. Like, we haven't seen his wife since he had the surgery. And we get her perspective on what it's been like. Because she doesn't know that her husband has been replaced by a boil.
Yeah, nobody notices the mustache either.
No. He looks evil, by the way. Like, you have to understand, he's wearing more black. He looks great, but like, he looks evil.
There's a if John Waters in the Star Trek dimension where everyone had goatees. Like he wouldn't get a goatee, he would get a thicker mustache, just a slightly thicker mustache. Like
he'd be straight and had like the 70s porno mustache, basically. Like that's evil John Waters.
Like kind of neckerchief situation going on. Like
to
it's
cover
not
the
quite
boil,
a turtleneck. Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's very much a thing. He's very dapper, very
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's great. And they're setting up a party. And this is where you don't realize like how fucking sinister things have gotten. Because like he's nice to Penny. And he was like, oh, is she coming? And Julia's like, yeah, and you got to be nice to her. She's my fucking friend, Dick, And she shows up and he's like, oh, your dress looks very summery. And she says something about it being from like India. And then like, oh, that's... And he hands her, like a gift for their anniversary and walks away. And then Penny comes over and she's like, are you having an affair?
Like, she's like, I need to talk. But that's the thing. His wife's like, I need to talk to you.
Yeah.
And so,
let's
like,
go have a drink.
Not okay. Like, let's go. Like, yeah. So they go into like the library or whatever, and they have a conversation. She just tells them about their, not only is he insatiable sexually? He's also weird sexually as well, and like just not the same person at all.
Yeah, like in a way I never would have, I've never heard of. I'll say that much. He's like she says he's really into like what blackheads and like orgasms and not necessarily in that order.
He said once that he wanted nipples on my ass. Yeah. And he's telling Penny all this, and then, they're having a drink together and going back and forth. She talks about she had this dream where he has a briefcase and the number 000 kept coming up. And I don't know what it means. Does he have a briefcase? No, he just has this like doctor's bag that he used to carry. He hates briefcases, like that whole thing. So, that sets up something fucking awesome later. And,
yeah, she's not having a good time. Like he's.
Oh, and also as she's walking out, she says to Penny, she's like, "If you fucking tell anybody, I'll kill you." Like this is utter confidence. So immediately, like moments later, some friends are arriving, and the one guy brought a new. I can't remember her name, like Sarah or
something. He brings her his new girlfriend, and immediately Penny tells her this new person never met before.
Penny gets to deliver the line, dick, 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 dick. And I was just like, wow, man, you really went with it.
But he has a permanent horn.
Right. And she totally, like, none of what she tells her is what Julia told her. Like, she just...
Also, like, aren't they meeting for the first time? Like, this woman is completely new. Like, and she's telling them all of this shit about this person that we unfortunately know a lot about. Like she has no idea who this dude is.
They dish to bring her up to speed. Okay, dish it.
This woman's odyssey for the next few minutes is incredible.
This poor lady. Oh my god! If you want to like see a movie about like weird sexual menace, but like not even because it's like so.
Here's the thing. This is the only moment in the film thus far where everything seems like it might be okay, but there's a little like parentheses asterisk but at the bottom of it, and you're like, I'll allow you to sit there. Let this be nice for now. Like there's all these cute like fucking what's his face Bristol's there, and he's making the whole argument about like war's a great business. Like he's just he's holding court, and eventually like he gets pulled away, and this is I think that all of these situations basically move to set up the point where Bagley wants to dance with Julia. She ain't feeling it. So the new girl goes up to dance with him.
Yeah, because before this, we establish, because he goes into the mirror he goes into the bathroom at one point, and we find out he's still alive.
Yeah.
He's the boil on his neck, because that's the reason why he's wearing like a handkerchief around his neck.
Old Bagley's
Bagley's still there
on the other side,
It's like a scar. And full of teeth. He has teeth. He has a mouth. It's incredible effects. Yeah. It's a full face.
Especially given the budget for this film.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They did a lot with very little. And he can talk. And he's basically calling him like, a bastard. You're awful. How dare you?
Cut your own throat.
Cut your own throat, you
for
villain.
The good of humanity.
Yeah, he's right. And he's in his...
He says some nasty shit.
Yeah, he's like, no, I need... And it's like, no, why would I do that? I need you alive because I'm going to fuck your wife at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
He's keeping him around to like torture him basically so he
can
like have sex with his...
victory lap. Yeah. Like,
he's saying he impregnated his wife.
And this is like where you find out too he's been filling him with rubber cement or model glue.
Like glue.
Oh, no, not yet. He hasn't done that yet.
Oh my god.
That happens in a moment. There's this whole what do you call it? Fucking.
They're dancing. They're going to slow dance, and this is where you.
Well, no, I was thinking about like when he was shaving. There was something he was saying to him. Also, oh yeah, by the way, I burned that video. You asshole. I burned that.
Yeah.
Shit. That you.
I burned your things.
Groovy. Yeah, your film's gone. Like she's never going to see it. Fuck you. And also, I burned her diaphragm. And he's like, "Oh no!" That's the horror for him. He's like, "Yeah, it's about time for her to have a baby." So that's
my god.
You get to this point where Julia doesn't want to dance, and what's her name? Oh my god, it's Monica. Yeah, Monica.
Yeah,
she's I got to remember this for this bit. They're kind of slow dancing, and he's saying stuff to her, and then when he's like really close, he's making comments like, "Oh, she knows he's had a permanent horn." He's like, "Oh, you don't have a bra," but at the same time,
because he's holding her very tightly too. Like she even comments on that he's very aggressive.
Yeah. And the old Bagley is sitting there explaining. He's like, "Julia," and he's like, "No, I'm not Julia. It's Monica." Right? He doesn't know what's going on, but he still goes on this tirade about how he's like, "Yeah, he's gonna fucking fuck the shit out of you in about an hour. You better get a condom." And she flips the fuck out and leaves. So she basically meets everybody, sits down for a minute, dances with Bagley, and screams and runs out of the place about what the fuck is his problem? He's a creep. I don't like this. This is really bad. And then people, I don't know. I think it kind of starts to unravel here as they're leaving. Someone, I think it's what's her name? What I can't remember her name. She was the cleaning lady. Anyway, she was going to hand him a briefcase, and she's like, "Oh, no, that's our boys. He left that at the office." And Julia's left holding it, and Bagley sees it, and there's this whole moment they have. And now we cut to they're sleeping. All of this stuff.
Oh no! Before that. That's when we get the scene with the glue, is where he goes into the bathroom and chastises his former self.
Yeah.
And this is, it shouldn't be as disturbing as it is he basically just feeds his former self glue.
Like super glue, right in the mouth.
Like super glue. Mm-hmm. Yeah, right in the mouth. And that's when we get his wife sleeping, and she kind of sneaks out of bed, and she goes to his car, which has, God damn it, I love Boyle's sticker.
Right before that, she's using what's left of the vacuum to try to whisper to the Boyle and find out.
Oh,
yeah.
It's so weird.
Yeah,
she commits to that so well. It would not have worked if she didn't just fucking lean into that so hard.
No. Because it's sad, because now she's kind of
It's really a sad moment. Oh,
it's really sad, because it's maybe, because she's maybe he was right, Yeah. She's reached that point. And she's just trying,
she definitely knows this isn't her husband.
Yeah. It's very obvious that his personality has shifted so much. Then she goes to the car. She finds his car in the trunk of his car with the "I love Boyles" bumper sticker.
I heart Boyles.
Oh God,
so good.
She finds in the suitcase after putting in 000 into the suitcase code and finds the tape.
Yeah, there's a bunch of headshots of that girl that was singing, and then the tape. And she puts it in, and it's what he recorded earlier, and the pauses line up with all of the scene. This is impossible. You need to see the movie for this.
Yeah.
We're not going to explain this to you because it's very technical and complicated. The timing of it is amazing, down to the part where I know they were probably able to kind of ADR certain stuff, or at least edit things, to make things line up. But there's a bit where he says the line he said on the tape at the same time as it's happening. And
exactly.
It shakes you. This is a really, I can't believe no one talks about this movie. This ending is fantastic.
It's really well done.
And she's watching it. He walks in. He's like, "I was afraid you were going to wake up and I was going to walk in to see you watching this. I'd prefer if you didn't." And she's crying. She sees her husband. This is the guy. And, basically they have this argument. This is a really interesting, moment because he keeps trying to make it about him. There's two notable moments where he does this. There's one where he, goes off to get the cigarette when he goes off to get the cigarette on the tape. Mm-hmm. And then he kind of comes back and he's having this whole I would prefer it if you didn't do it. It hurts me that you're doing this. And then when he kind of moves around behind the TV, he's still trying to make it about him. It's just it's that other side of charisma.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to call it necessarily narcissism, but it definitely leans into that. And this is the moment where she realizes he's evil and this is not her husband. And it's really subtle. Like the first time, you get through the movie and you're just like, wow, holy fuck, it blows your doors off. But like, having watched it 4 more times, like the way that scene really kind of hits me is just, it's breaking her finally.
Yeah.
Because she's been this rock through the entire movie, just doing anything for this guy. And here he is. Oh, look at you. Look what you did.
Because even if she doesn't believe that the Boyle is alive and now her husband is now a Boyle.
Yeah.
It's the sense of he has given in to the industry.
Right.
And has compromised his own beliefs to do it. And I'm sure there are very real life cases of this, of people doing that and just being a different person or just being a worse person for it.
I mean, I think to stay in certain industries, you have to. I mean, that's why I was thinking of that scene in that from the corporation where the woman was just like, I don't worry about the ethics of fucking advertising to children. You know what I mean? Like, it's there, that exists, and I think what's interesting about this movie is that it's not afraid of it at all. It's straight up. I can't imagine anyone else making this film. I can't.
There's
this film's a miracle.
There's no reasoning either with the evil Boyle man.
No,
because he believes this deeply. Like, this is to the point where it is comedy, but I'm sure there are people like that who he believes in advertising.
Yeah, he embodies it now. He's given in. It's the dark side. He's a fucking Sith, etc. Because
she leaves his ass.
Yeah, she leaves his ass, and then she's done. Like, she's done. Does she write him a letter or something? Or
she
leaves a message
we get
or something?
Her final goodbyes, and he burns it along with the videotape and any other
evidence,
leftist media of his former self, basically, of anything he believed in.
There's like a book on how to organize and shit.
It could have been her stuff. It could have been his, but he very clearly had a lot of left leaning beliefs, and that's why he was probably having a lot of the moral dilemmas with his industry, because I mean, you're gonna but he burns it, and basically I wanted to do some of this monologue, but I'm not, because I don't think I could. I don't even want to talk about it too much, besides the fact that after burning it, he basically, because his former self is dying.
Yeah.
It's established that he's going but he is going to die.
Yeah.
But he's like, I got her away from you and I won. But he's like, I don't care about that. I won. Like, I don't understand why she left. And then he goes on what feels...
What a beautiful monologue.
It's about the worst things on earth, but it's so incredibly beautifully delivered by a character who truly believes in it.
It's a whole lot of words for, if there's a thing to sell, I will sell it to you.
Yeah, I'll turn the world into a parking lot. I don't care.
Because the cinematography is fantastic. This is a beautiful fucking shot at the end.
It is really great.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, this fucking movie.
It's just
you could find it. Yeah, I'm sure you could, but you need to watch this movie.
No, like I said, I'll have a link to the archive in the notes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And after you're done watching this, look at the bottom of the page, because you'll also find a link to With Nail and I.
Check out the previous movie, because it's really funny.
Yeah.
I was not at all ready for this when I saw it the first time.
Yeah.
None of us were.
This was like a lark. This wasn't like I did a bunch of reading on it and I'm going to check this out. This was this is on the Criterion
It's going to be
channel.
like your average Monty Python sort of, British comedy, funny, haha, that's weird kind of thing. No.
Oh, it's kind of fire.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
It's kind of got teeth, It
made me feel a lot of things at once, and it's a horror movie for one, but it's hilarious and inaccurate. Like, the fact that this was when did this movie come out? Like 1988 or something?
I think 88, 89. I think it's listed as 89, but I've seen it put 88 a few places.
Yeah, 89. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I was born in 89, and the fact that nothing has changed.
Well, it's all gotten worse. I mean,
it's all
any place that they can advertise to you, they will.
Yeah,
this
called some shit.
It. Yeah,
it called some shit. I like the bit where he's doing. He's talking about Orwell, and he's just like, Orwell made it sound like, that Big Brother's going to be watching you, but we're watching him. We have screens in our house, and we're gleefully sitting in front of it. It's this movie, man, I don't know. I'm glad we're talking about it. I'm glad this works here. I'm using the Ken Russell link as like my justification. But I needed a fucking comedy, and I'm glad this one was in the pocket. This gives me hope because there are a bunch of movies I haven't seen yet, and occasionally one of them will do this. That's all I can ask for at this point.
I think every movie you've had out of your back pocket was like, oops, this is the best thing ever. We're going to talk about it. Like, you know.
Well, I mean, yeah, I love Network, though.
Oh, Network's another one. That I would put this nearing the same shelf, pretty damn close to Network. Because Network, not a lot of things can compare it to that film. But
no, but I think it'd be a good, double matinee.
It would be.
I think these two would kind of work together pretty well. Also, I think that this movie is literally the opposite. Oh my God, I had it earlier. Of I can't remember. Forget it. God damn it! I'll have to put it in a note if I think about it later.
Weed strikes again.
Yeah, this movie's like the
give it the take
of
it away.
something else, and I was just like, oh yeah.
I mean, it's like the fact that we've been talking. The fact that we've been talking about this shit for so fucking long, like even before I was born, and we know it's bad. And again, this is not an American movie. This is a UK movie.
Yeah,
and
where they have some strict advertising laws.
Yeah,
they do. And the fact that this came from the UK and not like America is like, God, if it's bad over there for advertising, and I'm like, I know they want to do all the dumb shit now that we're doing, but it's
I'm trying to think. Like, this movie came out when I was in 8th grade. Okay, the very next year we went to high school. And high school got TVs. And the way they were able to get TVs is because there was this company called Channel One.
And which Channel I had forgotten about.
Yeah. And they would let you have TVs. And so what they would have are these little news stories that would run in the morning with like Pepsi commercials. And the ads are what paid for the TVs. And so you got bombarded every fucking day with like this, like, here's a Pepsi ad talking about, look at these students. And then here's like a little news story by people who are just a little bit older than you. Actually, they're probably 30, but they look real young. And like, it's just, all of it is just, it was propaganda because it was all kind of happening around like the first Gulf War. Like they were still showing footage of stuff. And it was
because that wasn't my experience.
Yeah, but it was like
my experience at all.
It was weird, the deal though. Like the Channel One deal was weird, and the fact that this was a private school, this wasn't like this like one of the public schools around here, and it was just very strange for this to happen, and I think that was the moment that planted the seed that would keep me open for a film like this when I was 50.
It does give me hope that like people know. Again, people know what's fucking them, right? Like we know, like we to an extent. Okay,
well, I'll say this helps. Like you need to
the fact we've been talking. Yeah, like the fact that we've been talking about it for so long. You know, does give me a little bit of hope.
I feel like a spiritual sequel to this was "Thank You for Smoking."
Ooh, very similar vibe.
Big time,
thinking that earlier. Yeah, you reminded me.
Aaron Eckert, right?
Yep.
That's good.
I gotta rewatch that now.
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah. Because there aren't many films that manage to, like, I really wanted Fast Food Nation or whatever I think it was called, because it's like Linklater, and it has a couple of cool moments in it, but the book's way better.
Definitely.
Like the movie didn't hit as hard, but finding out like all the flavors are colorless liquids, it was like to know it is one thing, but to see it is just like oh, that hurts. I don't like that. That's making me think about my Doritos differently. Like,
and because the film does like kind of hint on the fact that like this is all capitalism.
Yeah,
like they do bring up the whole like just calling somebody commie just because they want people to have like be informed and have a choice in what they do. Yeah. As opposed to everything just going one way, which is usually the way that like eats up the most resources for profit, Or unless you're the Boyle man who sees it as people have the right to their packaged foods and their colors and their tastes and what else did he fucking talk about?
Well, I mean, that whole like cycle of the diet, the guilt and the diet at the beginning is a perfect example of like, this is how this actually fucking works. Like,
isn't this just an indictment of neoliberalism? I mean, it would become neoliberalism, isn't it?
Also, yeah.
Yeah.
If the market wants it, it must be right.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
I mean, this is that era. This is the end of like the big cocaine era. You know, like the hangover hasn't really hit yet.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen until like the end of the 90s. So like this was just a really interesting artifact to come out like when it did, and the fact that no one really saw it, and then here we are, fucking 30 some years later, being like, "Hey, folks, to our listeners, definitely watch this piece. This is a piece of work. This is a great piece of work." Any other thoughts? Like, I mean, what other notes do I have? Let's see. What does it say about me that I think this film is cozy? That's one of my notes.
Yeah.
Also, this also reminded me of a quote by Harry Frankfurt. He wrote this great like essay that turned like he publishes a book I think in 2005 called "On Bullshit." I've referenced it before.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah, he has this great line in it, really right at the beginning, where he says, "It is impossible," and I live by this. Like, this is huge for me. It is impossible for someone to lie unless he thinks he knows the truth. Producing bullshit requires no such conviction. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the regression he goes through. He goes from like the truth still mattering to fuck them. I'm gonna advertise shit to kids. This is '89, so we've all seen Transformers. We've all seen G.I. Joe. We've all seen
Masters of the Universe.
Yeah,
the freedom of choice monologue here at the end. It's pretty great.
Yeah.
And I like to think
packaging, ingredients. Yeah, freedom to poison yourself.
All natural, those that tagline, but I for like a little bit of positivity, what's going on now is we are being swamped with bullshit. Maybe not with advertising, but in general, just information in general. Like news has become advertising. We are going to advertise you just straight up lies. If you ever looked at Fox News, we're gonna manipulate reality in a way that is just bullshit to make you fear things that aren't real and hate people you never met. And that's where we are. And I'd like to think this is like the last gasp of these things as it so desperately tries to feed boomers fucking lies.
I was thinking about this today. Like there is some hope ahead. There's a generation of millennials that have grown up that don't think of communism as like a curse word or like a literal, and they don't think of it as anathema. So maybe we have some hope of things in the future.
Yeah. But like, what if we all just like put our money in a pool and then we use it to just like have a fire department? Yeah, we're doing that. That was the plan. We had it set up and stuff. It worked real good.
As the octogenarians slowly die out and we get younger and younger people, it's a matter of time, but it's a question also of how much time do we have.
Yeah.
This is why media literacy is incredibly important. If this tells you anything. And
extreme sports late in life. I'm pro. Hey, who knows? Wingsuit Sam. Let's see what's happening.
The last thing I have on my notes that's worth mentioning is I still think the one of the best lines in the movie is, and I'm an expert on tits and peanut butter. And if I had a business card,
I think one of so this is the one I've been saving. I didn't write it down because I think I might have almost memorized it. It's toward the end of the movie where he's going back and forth with Julia, and she's saying perhaps, and he goes, perhaps if they'd hung Jesus Christ, we'd be kneeling in front of a fucking gibbet.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
I put up the bella bella, like I put up like my hand and it did the whole like Italian pasta thing for it because it was just like that's that's a beautiful line. It's a beautiful fucking line. Anyway, you guys good? I mean, hey,
that's a podcast.
That's a podcast. All right,
let's wrap it.
That was an experience.
Yeah.
And if you enjoyed this podcast, I'm going to advertise our Patreon at patreon.com/neondystopia, where we don't have ads and we'll never have any. But your $1 a month will help us pay our writers. And you should go to our website and read their incredible writing. I'm very excited for some of the stories that we got in the pipe that's going to be coming in the next couple months.
Woo.
And you should help them by helping us.
Hell yeah.
I love them. I love them and I love you. And be safe out there.
Yeah. Take care. Be well. And yeah. See you soon.
Hey, it's the Low Life Podcast.
Do you know anything about nightmares? Can you jam the pop from Cowboys and Cyberspace? Ever read Neuromancer? Ever experienced the new wave? Next wave? Dream wave? Or cyberpunk? I didn't think so. It made me. It's a world where you don't feel the same thing. I know what you look like. A world where curiosity and imagination. I'd buy that for $1. Hide the planet! Hide the planet! Hide the planet! Hide the planet! Shut up and get in the car!
Go away, Baton!